Hey everyone, in this video I would like to show you how I use NEOVIM in my daily web developer workflow, so to say, since roughly 2 years now. So let's go to the shell. Okay, so here we are. So you might see or might guess from the name, I'm here on a Ubuntu machine, but this basically works for any kind of Linux machine that you have. And basically the first tool that I'm using is called TMUX. TMUX is a terminal multiplexer. And what this basically means, you can switch around the different projects very easily and very fast. So let me show you basically. So this is how I start. I open my shell every morning. And then I basically have a script called TMUX Sessionizer. You can call it whatever you like. But basically what it does, it shows me all my different web dev projects that I have in a specific folder. Normally I have them in a dev folder, but you can have also multiple folders defined or customized. And now I can basically say with fuzzy search, I can say, okay, I want to work now on the TypeScript stream project. So everything is highlighted, the one that you have selected. You can navigate around, but I want to have this one. And then what it opens is a TMUX session and a TMUX pane. It's basically a window or basically one view. And you see this down below where it says TypeScript 0:bash something. You can also name these kind of things, but honestly, it's too. I haven't figured out how this works. I cannot remember the shortcode for this, but well, in principle, it's this. And then inside a pane, you can have basically multiple views. So what I normally do is I split screen the first one, which opens another shell. Well, ignore for a moment this this error message is something on my local PC because I don't know how Rust is working and I want to play around with it. But nevertheless, I basically now have a split screen on the same project, in this TypeScript stream project. And now in this one, I normally run like the backend and the frontend of the system, if I have two. So basically the first one I run npm and the second one I run, I don't know, Rust something, I don't know. This is up to your project. But then what I can do now, what I did is opening another pane. And now you see basically you have two panes here. One is with index 0, one with index 1. And the one that is selected or currently viewed is marked with a star here. So we are now on the second pane. And I can basically switch around. So you have different views on the same project, and normally in the second one or with the index 1, I have NeoVim open, but you can have as many as you like. And you can really easily go around without any mouse movements. It's basically just with your keyboard. But you can also call TMUX Sessionizer within this. And let's say I want to open another, I don't know, another project. And you start from scratch. You have now a second session in TMUX. I still have the other one open, and you see it's keeping the state of this. So I still have NeoVim here, but if I switch to the other session, I'm on a blank state, so to say. So here I can do something completely different. I might not have a vertical split screen, but two panes basically. And here I also can open NeoVim, or I can do, I don't know, some other work like git commands, whatever you like. And I can switch between the projects. So now you see I'm on the second pane in this TypeScript project. And now I switch basically the session. I'm now in the other session where it's about the Tailwind stream that I did on Twitch some days ago, or rather years. And that's how I normally work, and it's super fast. It's like having multiple VS Code windows or VS Code instances open, or having, I have seen people having like the different workspaces in one sidebar in VS Code and all this kind of stuff. And everyone can do whatever they want to do as long as it fits their use case. But for me, this one is fairly easier. Of course, you need to get into how to navigate around and so on. There are shortcuts for this, or keyboard shortcuts for this, that you can probably also modify. I cannot rather tell because I use the defaults. But that's very easy, and that's how I work like 2 years or something now, and it's really in my, it's like muscle memory now. And it really helps to have like 3, 4, 5 different projects open over the day, and that's a use case that I have. And you might have as well. You still have to remember that no matter what you see, you only see one session, but you might have like 10 sessions open running like node processes behind. So you still have a lot of machine power going on, a lot of processes going on in the background that you don't see. So you need to keep that in mind. Yeah, and then coming to NeoVim, it's basically I have this normally open in one of these panes of a project, and I can navigate around there. It's I have it configured that I'm okay with it, so to say. Well, honestly, it's not a mystery that there are not as many millions of plugins and extensions for NeoVim than there are for VS Code and so on, and it cannot compete on this level, but the basics are really there, and there's even more like the basics. You can also have GitHub Copilot in NeoVim. It's there, it's supported. But yeah, I have it like I have here like a task project. I open it. You might have seen in the lower corner that the TypeScript language server, or LSP, what the acronym is, has been started, and now I have here type definitions. I have here my class components. I see things that that are declared, but the value is never read. So basically, yeah, I have like linting. I have all these things that I have also in VS Code. I might not have the newest shiny theme that you have in VS Code, but still it's there. And you have type completion. I can type a letter basically to see, okay, this is interface shop item. I can go to the definition of it. I can navigate around in the code base. It's really, once you have surpassed the steep learning curve that NeoVim kind of has, then it's really starting to pay off, and you might know when you work on also on server machines, when you need to log into them and I don't know, change some configuration. You don't have VS Code there. You don't have a visual GUI there, but you have like Vim or NeoVim also there. Mostly Vim. But yeah, it's also makes you more confident to work with these kind of tools on the server because you know NeoVim already. Okay, it's not so different to Vim, and you can start using it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't want to go too much into detail how I set up NeoVim and so on. If you're interested in that, leave a comment in the yeah, below the video. But that's pretty much it. And about plugins and so on, I can quickly show you how it works for me. So I use, there are plenty of different plugin systems, how you would call them. So my way, the way I set up this like 5 years ago is probably not the best way to do this. But basically what you see here, there are different commands. So I can, for example, call plug update, and you see that I have like 71 different plugins and which got updated now. And I see, okay, which kind of things have changed in the plugins. So these are the different NEOVIM plugins that I use. And yeah, there's a bunch of tooling around there. That's really nice. You get auto completion. You have like documentation. It's really nice. And I would encourage anyone that is interested in NeoVim to start playing around with it. Nevertheless, whether you use VS Code or NeoVim, I would also say that you should have a look at TMUX, because it really helps even if you only work on the shell for Git commits or any kind of commands. It's really helpful maybe there as well. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you liked it. Leave comments below and hit the subscribe button if you're interested in more videos about NeoVim and web development in general. And yeah, we see each other next time. Have a good day. Ciao.